Hello, friends. I have been following the YouTube channel of the Miracle School of Chess occasionally. I'm very happy with the enthusiasm initiative shown by Dinesh Babu and his friends more than anything. So much content has been put on the YouTube channel explaining many small facets of chess. Very interesting. More than anything, the enthusiasm, the interest is always welcome, always appreciated. Continue doing the work. I have been impressed by the progress and the work done by Miracle School of Chess. I hope you will continue doing it all with the same enthusiasm, and your hard work and your enthusiasm will be rewarded by the students performing well, learning the game, more than anything, being interested in the game of chess, watching such videos. All the best to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Very nice meeting you, all of you. Very nice meeting all of you in the morning today. I hope all of you are fresh. Have you eaten your breakfast?
Say good morning to all.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Very good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
So, the common language will be English for the session today?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So, first I will ask you some questions before we start the program. So, all of you are learning chess for how many years? One by one you can tell?
Sir, 3.
3 years. Good.
Yes, tell your name 3 years, like
One
Vedant
now.
3
Go
years.
ahead. More. Very good.
2 years.
Then Sri Hari, 2 years. Go ahead.
Sir, 1 year.
Niranjan, 1 year. Good.
Prabhati, 3 years.
Bashish, 3 years. Very
3
good.
months.
Who said just now? 3 months? Heramba Krishna. You have very good, nice DP you have. Whose picture is that?
My drawing.
Heramba? Your drawing? Very good. Which standard you are in? Dinesh Babu, somebody is telling he is not able to hear anything. Ashwin Kumar. Just check if you can help him. Okay. I get an idea. So all of you have been playing chess for about 1 to 3 years. Very good. So today the idea was just to meet all of you, and if all of you have any interesting things to ask me, to discuss them. So before that, maybe I can start and tell you a few things for about 10 minutes, Dinesh?
Yes, sir. Sure, sir. Sure, sir. Yes, sir. We are ready, sir.
Yeah, okay. Okay, see, chess is a wonderful game. Chess is a beautiful game. Very enjoyable game. For all of you, you probably started with chess as any other game, and just like you play a Ludo or Snakes and Ladders, probably like that you started playing chess. Everybody starts chess like that. Slow, enjoyable, much more serious. You start playing in competition and all that. Mr. Dinesh, maybe everybody's muted. Yeah. Okay, so then you start playing in competitions, then it becomes much more serious. You take coaching, you have state level, national level, international level competitions and all that. This is common for everybody. Now, I want to tell you two things. If you want to become better players, I'm very sure that all of you are really looking forward how to become better players.
And the second thing is, what is the trick, if there is a trick, what is the trick to keep your interest level the same in chess, and how to improve in chess in the long run? These two things I'll briefly tell you. See, the first thing is, always remember that chess is a game at the end of the day. Chess is a sport. Chess is a game. Chess is jolly. Chess is fun. You have to remember this. Always. Don't get too serious about chess. I don't know whether your teacher gives you a lot of homework and all that. Huh? Don't take homework very seriously. It is not like your school. It is not like your classroom exams. Chess tournaments are not exams. Chess tournaments are times when you can go and play a game which you like in an official atmosphere. There are tables, there are arbiters, there are results. Otherwise, you're going to play with your friend. The game is over. You're going to smile at each other or frown at each other. Set up the board again, going to start playing again the next game, right? The same way. Chess tournaments are the same. Only thing is, there is an official atmosphere. There are arbiters and all that. So, at the end of the day, that is also a place where you play a game. This is very, very important to remember always, that the most important thing to have in mind when you're playing chess is have fun. The idea is to have as much jolly time, as much fun time as possible. And improving in chess, getting better in chess, yes, it requires hard work, it requires a lot of effort. I suppose you're having how many? 3 classes in a week? 2 classes in a week, Dinesh?
Yes, sir. Like
Generally?
weekly 3 class average, sir.
3 classes, 2 to 3 classes in a week. Yeah, you have to attend all your classes. All that is important.
Yes, sir.
But at the end of the day, remember, if you keep enjoying the game and if you keep playing the game, if you keep learning, you will definitely become a better player. This is something you have to keep in mind. The most important aspect of getting better at chess is to remember always that it is a game and you should enjoy it. This is the first thing. Second thing, how do you get better at chess? Have all of you seen this movie Kung Fu Panda? Anybody? Anyone of you have seen Kung Fu Panda movie?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 people have said yes, you like Kung Fu Panda. Do you remember a very important, yeah, 2 ways are saying like this. Good, that's nice. So you remember at the end of, somewhere near the end of the movie, the panda says, what is the secret? Do you remember the secret? What is the secret of being a good Kung Fu exponent?
Master, I forgot because I saw the movie before 2 years.
Okay. No problem. You forgot, no problem. The secret to becoming better at Kung Fu, according to that movie, and according to me, the secret of getting better at chess is, there are no secrets. Plain and simple, there is no secret formula. Even if this session is not for 1 hour, even if it is for the whole day also, I cannot give you that secret which will make you a better player, because there are no secrets. Simply speaking, you get better at chess is equal to the number of hours you put in chess. At the same time, I'm not telling that you have to sit and study chess all the time. No, don't get me wrong. Whatever you do in chess, whatever, especially at your age, I can see all your faces how young you are. Whatever you do in chess, how much ever time you spend in chess, slowly, you will get better at chess. You're playing blitz chess all the time, no problem. You're playing bullet all the time, no problem. You like study chess from books, go ahead, study chess. You want to watch videos about chess and get better, no problem, go ahead, do it. You want to read opening books, only that I will tell you, be cautious. Please don't read openings too much. Openings are not the way to get better at chess only. You should know openings. How much chess you should know in openings is, at the end of the fifth or sixth move, if you get over opening without losing a pawn or a piece or exchange, which you give yourself. Without doing that, you get out of your opening, it is good enough. But study principles, study opening principles, study where to put the pieces. That study comes from looking at games played by masters in opening setups. Apart from that opening thing, whatever you do in chess, it will make you better in chess. This is something you have to understand. Okay, in that I will give you a simple idea for all of you to get better at chess. Dinesh, I can share my screen?
Yeah, sure, sir. We are waiting, sir. Sure, sir.
Just give me a minute. All of you can see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All of you know the result of this position?
Yes, sir. So,
That bad, yes.
You can hear only two voices, yes sir. At least do this if you don't want to speak.
sir, I'm saying yes. Sir, I have a doubt.
Tell me, sir. What is your doubt, sir?
Sir, I want to ask you that why shouldn't we read opening books?
I'll come back to that. Now look at this position on the board in front of you.
Student,
Maybe I will put coordinates for you so that you're all clear about where the pieces stand. Yeah. Now this is better, I think.
one second, students. Sir.
See,
Student,
this is supposed to be a basic. Yeah, sorry, carry on.
no, issues, sir. So about the question, like opening, we will ask last 5 minutes only because the opening doesn't matter. As Sir told very clearly, opening doesn't matter like that. So you don't waste too time to discuss because you don't imagine that is a very biggest like that. It doesn't matter. So everyone says repeated like that, but you are following the opening. So it is great like that. So don't worry about that opening. The opening discuss point only we discuss later. Other point, if it is anyhow regarding the subject, you can ask the question. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
It's okay. Basically, any question you want to ask me, you can ask me in the end. Now, just look at the position in front of you. All of you know what is the result of this position?
White win. Yes,
White win.
Then white
White win. White win.
White.
Okay, see, this position is a win for white.
Hello.
Whether it is white to play or black to play, it is a win for white. Simple. I just push the pawn and now the king has to come out and it's a win. If it is black to play, do you know what this is called as? If it is black to play? What is the principle here? Black to play, white has something. What is the principle called as? Anybody knows?
Opposition.
Very good.
Opposition.
Very good. Very good. Vyom, Vedant, very good. This is called as opposition. So if black king goes this way, king e8, I go king c7 and win the game. If black king goes c8, I go e7 and win the game. So in this position, white has the opposition. Black doesn't have opposition. But as I told you just now, even if it doesn't have opposition also, this is a simple win. See, this must be the first position for you in endgame principle. Am I correct? In
Yes,
king and
sir.
pawn ending, this is the first position. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, I will show you just like this another position, which is not so easy.
Sir, no, sir, the class is going on, sir. I interest myself.
Now, look at this position. Do you know what is the result of this position? White to play? Draw.
Sir,
Good. Win. Good. Two answers so far.
Sir, win.
Good. How many? Let us wait for more
Draw.
answers. Draw. I'm getting two chats. White wins by Soham Rakshit. Good. Any other answers? We have about 5 answers so far.
Sir, win. Whose turn is it?
I said white to play here. So 5, 6 people have told the answer so far. Okay. See, this position and this position, sorry. This position and this position have something in common. What is that? If white wins the pawn on the 6th rank, yeah, both the white's pawn is on the 5th rank in this position. And if white king goes and captures the black pawn on the 6th rank, it's a simple win, correct? So once you know that, you have to apply another principle to that position. What is that principle? Just now we saw
Opposition.
opposition. See, but only thing is now, as you start studying more and more basics, you will understand that after opposition, there is distant opposition. There is diagonal opposition, diagonal distant opposition. All that you will understand slowly. So that's what happens in this position. White goes king c4, king d7, king b5. This is opposition, correct? If black plays king c5, white plays king c5, he draws the game because black gets the opposition. Do you understand what I say?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
okay. Boys and girls, somebody is drawing lines on the board. Please don't do that. Please don't do any annotations on the board. I can see who is doing it. I don't want to tell the name. Please don't do that. So now, king c4, king d7, king b5. This is called as diagonal opposition. Correct? So now, king c7, now white gets regular opposition. And now white king goes inside, wins the pawn. See, this is, can you see? Now this is from regular opposition, this has become horizontal opposition. I don't know if there is a name for that. This is also opposition. Now I go win the pawn. And after winning the pawn, it is a simple win. We got the position which we saw earlier, correct? So what has happened is, we know the principle behind opposition, pawn on the 6th rank. So what we do is, we take the king, yeah, go to b5, then shoulder the king, go to d6, go and capture the pawn, and I win the game. Correct. This was the principle behind that position. You get me? This is what I did just now. So I won the game and I applied the principle of opposition in this position. Correct? So for all of you, this is a basic. Maybe it is a little difficult for you. We have short time, so I'm not able to tell it more slowly. Now, what you learned just now, what you saw just now is, we saw a principle. Okay? And the principle, I have written it here, it is opposition. Correct? And for the do that opposition, I basically applied the principle of diagonal opposition also. And finally, I went to a position which we saw earlier as a simple win. Correct? All of you understand what I say very clearly?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
How you get better at chess is simply this. As many principles you have in chess, as many endgame principles, opening principles, middle game principles you learn in chess, then you practice them over the board, you play, you practice, you learn more. Then again you go back, learn more principles, again you apply them. As you learn more principles and learn how to apply them on the board, you become a better player in chess. This is the single secret. Actually, it's not a secret. This is the single only way to get better at chess. Do you understand what I say? I'll show you. For example, you're all very young, you're all learning to enjoy the game, learning the game now initially. For you, what I showed you just now was a principle. For example, even grandmasters, international masters, they still learn the principles, they still learn and apply them to the endings they study. For example, I'll show you again. Do any one of you know what is the name of this position? Anybody has seen this position? No, this is forget it. It's very complicated. 1 minute, boys. 1 minute. Yeah, let us take this position maybe. 1 minute. Hold on. Okay, let's take this question for example. Do anyone of you know what is the name of this position, this principle in chess, in rook and pawn endings?
No, sir.
Rook
versus
Very
rook,
good.
7th rank pawn, 6th rank pawn.
Very good. Who said Ventura position? Somebody said Ventura. Who is that?
I said.
Samaira. Very good. Excellent. This is known as the Ventura position. See, this position is very, very difficult to know. This is supposed to be the principle. Again, for me, it will take me 1 hour to teach you how to approach this position. Simply, the principle in this position is, I have drawn a line with the red, right? If the king is inside the red or on the red, it is a draw. If the king is outside the red line, it is a win for white. It is very difficult to understand this position. For me, it will take me about 1 to 2 hours to teach it to you. But at the level of grandmasters and international masters, this is a basic. See, just now I showed you that original position, this position. Even if I wake you up from sleep and ask you what is the result of this position, you should be able to tell me. That should be the understanding of your basic. The same way, if you wake up an international master or a grandmaster in sleep, they should be able to tell what is the result of this position. I will show you one more ending now. This is an extremely, extremely tough ending, okay? See this position you see on the board in front of you. This is a queen and pawn ending position. Very, very difficult to understand this position. Even grandmasters go wrong. Even world champions sometimes go wrong. It is that kind of a position. But this should also be a basic at the level of a 2500 grandmaster, 2600 grandmaster. You understand? What I want to tell you is this. As you go better at chess, there are more and more basic principles to master. The more and more basic principles you master, you get better at chess. That's all. Simple. For that, what you have to do is just keep playing chess. That's all. As I said, it doesn't matter whichever way you are playing, you are working, you are studying, it doesn't matter. As long as you are playing and studying chess, you will get better at chess. This is a very simple principle. Okay, I think what I showed you was a little dry. I will show you something more easy for you to understand, because end games are generally, you all think end games is a little difficult, right? So I will show you something a little more easy.
Sir, 1 second, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, we have a 8 minute more, sir. So my request is, we going to try to complete the 8 minutes, sir. Then we again join the link for that 15 minutes to the parents discuss, sir.
Okay, you mean to say 8 minutes the Zoom will go?
In this meeting, going to complete within 8 minutes, sir. We have a take class to the students in this 8 minutes, sir. Then we have again the link. Again we join the link and for the parents discuss, sir. 10-15 minutes, sir.
Okay, Dinesh, if you want, I will send you my link. I have a subscription to Zoom. There is no time problem in that.
Okay, sir.
So after this ends, I will send you my link that you can circulate to everybody. Okay?
Definitely, sir. My wishes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Okay. So, see, for example, I'll show you one more position now. This will be easier for you to understand, okay? All of you see this position?
Yes, sir.
Now, in this position, it is black to play. Just see this position for half a minute. Tell me, actually there is no checkmate or combination or winning the piece, winning the pawn, nothing like that here. This is just a regular position in chess. You have to play every day what you get on the board. There are no difficult combinations to play and all here, okay? You just have to find a simple plan for black or a simple idea for black and activate that, make that simple idea happen on the board. You just have to execute. You just have to find a simple idea and follow that idea in this question. That's all, okay? So, what is the first move? If you tell me, it is good enough. No need to tell me the idea. If you get the idea, please tell me, no problem. E5, okay. Next. Any other idea? Sorry? No need for analysis. If you just tell me the first move, it is enough. No need for analysis. If you tell me the first move, it is enough. It's okay. So E5 is one move. Any other move?
Third, G6.
G6. What's your idea of G6?
Third, to bring my knight to G7
Bishop back and knight has.
Okay, so G6 is one idea somebody is telling. Idea is to bring the knight to G7 and F5. Okay. One more idea we had was E5. Bishop to E5. No, it is black to play, beta.
Sir, bishop to E7.
Bishop to E7, idea knight F6. That's very good. G5, one idea I got from Sanchai Guru. Okay. So bishop E7 is one idea, bringing the knight to F6. That's very good. Okay. Any other ideas here? Okay. Anybody else? I'll wait for some more time.
Sir,
Yeah. Go ahead.
pawn to G6, plan knight to G7, then knight to H5.
Okay, that is one. And Kamya Kumari tells me rook c8 is one idea. Very good. Bringing the rook to one of the central files. Any other idea? Okay. Now I'll tell you what is the best move in this position. Bishop e7 is a decent move. Idea is to bring the knight to f6. But the problem is, even if you bring the knight to f6, the black's king side is a little weak because white's bishop can always go to h6 and attack g7. So here, the best move in the position is g6. Very good. Two of you found it. Excellent. The idea is to bring the knight to g7 and f5. There is no great combination or anything, but this idea of g6, this move of g6, the basic behind that is, what is the idea? What is the principle behind this idea? Anybody can tell me?
To activate the knight. Sir, can I?
Yeah, tell me, yeah.
Sir, because the knight was very inactive, to place it on a very good square.
Excellent. The knight was very poorly placed. Yeah, the knight was very badly placed on g6. So the principle behind this idea is improving piece position. There is a beautiful quote in chess. If you don't know what to do on the chessboard any point, find out which is your worst placed piece. Try to find out how to make it better. Most of the time, that will be the best idea in that position. So following that, g6 is a very good move. White plays bishop f1, black plays knight g7, and white played queen e3. This game, okay, white played badly, knight f5, and suddenly if you see, black's pieces look much more active. You know, I have a queen and bishop battery. I have a well-placed knight on f5. I have a bishop which is very dominating on this file. This diagonal is also dominated. Very nice position. Suddenly it looks like one rook, if I bring it to the center, immediately my position gets a little better. You get me? So in this position, the idea was g6, and for that idea, what was the principle that we had to employ? The principle we employed was improving piece position was the principle. All of you understand? Just like we had an idea in the end game earlier, this position, the middle game position, also had an idea. So the next thing is this. Again, this is a basic. Improving your piece position is a basic. And how you found the move, how you found a series of moves is, you know the basic, you apply it to the position, you get the move to play. That's it, as simple as that. Yeah.
Students,
Yeah.
In the class going to complete this section, I will send your WhatsApp to you again. One more link. Kindly join the link, right? If it is call admin, don't worry. I will send again one more link to you. Okay. Right. Thank you, sir. Please continue.
Yeah. So now I have told you enough about this principle.